And this is Ken Kraetzer for CBSI Talking Business. I have a chance to visit with Jim Fosina of the Fosina Marketing Group up in Danbury, Connecticut. And Jim, great to have a chance to visit your company here in Danbury. Tell us a little bit about your firm.
Oh, good. Good morning, Ken. Thank you very much for coming up. So good morning. Fosina Marketing Group is in its 13th year, and we are a group of direct-to-consumer marketing individuals with a pretty deep bench of a lot of experience in all aspects of traditional direct marketing, covering direct mail, package inserts, FSIs, but the majority of what our business does today is in the digital space. And the reason why we do most of our work in the digital space is because we're always chasing and staying in front of the ever-evolving consumer purchase behavior. So today, when people are buying direct-to-consumer and looking for home delivery, they are not necessarily buying the same way they were buying 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. They are buying in all sorts of different methods. And a lot of those methods are the digital side of the business. So 20 years ago, 10 years ago, direct marketing, direct-to-consumer marketing was something that was very different than what the ordinary day-to-day consumer purchase behavior might be. Today, the direct-to-consumer purchasing it's an everyday act. So am I going to go to the store today, or am I going to just go online and buy what I'm looking for? So there's a lot less differentiation in the consumer's mind. So it's really important that you're in front of the consumer purchase behavior so that you're there ready to catch that transaction.
Absolutely, and you've got a very extraordinary list of clients and major brands that you work with and helping them to promote themselves and generate what you call reoccurring revenue. Maybe tell us a little bit about that.
So a lot of what we do is in the subscription and the continuity side of the business, and it kind of stems back to the mid-1990s when I was working at a company called Grolier. And Grolier was the licensor of selling Disney books and Dr. Seuss books, all towards children. And at that time, in the mid-1990s, there was this thing called the Internet, and it really was referred to as the thing. Nobody really knew what to do with the Internet. And we were in the right spot at the right time relative to changing consumer purchase behavior, because much of what was happening in the online space was really being adopted by the younger audiences, the female audiences. So we were targeting young moms, and so we were hitting the sweet spot in terms of selling online in a non-traditional manner. And that's kind of how we got started in the digital space. So from a continuity standpoint, whether it's Disney books or Dr. Seuss books, or whether it's coffee or some other type of consumable or a collectible, we have serviced probably about 50 different continuity programs today, ranging from a subscription that may be $10 a month to collectibles that run over $100 a month or $100 per piece. And the entire concept is to promote our offers in the right channels of the online digital space, of which there are many, and to ensure that we're going to give a value proposition to the consumer so that when that product arrives, they are going to be very happy with that product and the continuous of serving new products down.
Absolutely, and over the span of our careers, we've watched the Internet grow and become such an important merchandising channel today. What do you see as some of the important opportunities today in online marketing, online merchandising?
Online marketing, online merchandising, probably the most important thing today is to watch where the consumer is purchasing. So, 5, 7, 8 years ago, it might have been email. Today, it's very much on a social media platform. And yesterday, it might have been more so Facebook, and today it might be more so Twitter. So from that standpoint, you have to follow your consumers' purchasing desires. And when you're staying in front of a purchase behavior, it's the purchase desire that you're trying to harness, not necessarily purchase history. But the wonderful part about the online digital space for us very tenured direct marketers is that all the disciplines are the same. The disciplines have not changed. The practice and the tactics have changed, but the discipline hasn't changed. So every program that we run for our clients still has the same exact level of accountability that any direct mail campaign may have had yesterday or 10 years ago or 20 years ago. And I think that's the most important thing, is that we do not lose our roots in the space of direct-to-consumer marketing and the magic that is in the tracking and the ability to understand your customer satisfaction and your return on investment. So it's staying in front of that consumer purchase desire with a very strong accountability to traditional practices.
And Jim, just tell us a little bit more about, we talk about, as you said, about the importance of testing and measurement in direct marketing, which applies just as much to online marketing. What are some of the ways that you work with your clients to help them build opportunities in the online channels and environment?
So let's start with a testing standpoint. So the wonderful part about testing in the digital space is, just as in any traditional space, you could do a perfect nth and ABC type of test and monitor your results. But in the digital space, it's instantaneous read. It's an instantaneous understanding of what your new offer strategy, your new creative strategy, and even your new media strategy is going to be. So the investment and the cost of entry into testing a new concept is a fraction of what it might be in a traditional printed type of format. So we always lead in with the client in helping them understand that if we can test at a fraction of what you're used to testing, the test, expansion, and rollout phases are going to be a lot faster with a much quicker return on investment, with a lot less, with fewer what I call false starts, and a lot less in lost investment dollars.
Absolutely. And you mentioned that you are an Iona College grad, as I am. Tell us a little bit about your career and how you got to starting your own agency.
So while I was at Iona College, I guess it was my sophomore year, and I was introduced through the Career Development Center. I was introduced to Kraft Foods. And when I started at Kraft Foods, I started with a company called Javalia. Javalia Coffee was owned by Kraft Foods, and Javalia Coffee was the direct-to-consumer marketing division of Kraft Foods. That's where I cut my teeth in the direct-to-consumer space. It was a startup. It was a concept, and I had the opportunity, coming in as a sixth employee, I had the opportunity to understand everything from the offer development, creative development, media development, understanding the operations side of the business, the analysis side of the business, the procurement and manufacturing. So I spent 10 years at Javalia as I was fortunate enough to be part of this team to build what I believe was an incredible direct-to-consumer continuity product, which was a product that needed replenishment every single month. So there was no end. From there, after 10 years at Javalia, I did go to Grolier, and that's where I was responsible for new business development. And the part of the new business development at Grolier was the online side of the business, and so developing a new channel. And it was at that time at Grolier we developed a very, very big online business, and we ultimately sold the company to Scholastic. And it was at that time where I really decided that I think the direct-to-consumer side of the business, married with the digital side of the business, taking the best of the two, could really bode well for the traditional continuity and subscription marketers out there. So, Fosina Marketing Group was born, and as time went on, I handpicked my entire team throughout all the areas where I've had the opportunity to work before. So my executive team here at Fosina Marketing Group is a combination of the executive team from the days of Grolier and from the days of Javalia. So everybody here at Fosina Marketing Group, we've essentially been working together for 20 plus years. So it's a really it's a wonderful way to spend the day.
And Jim, this time of year, a lot of young people graduating from colleges, maybe looking for internships. What are some of the areas that you recommend a young person interested in what we used to call direct marketing, now would be online marketing? What are some of the areas that you'd recommend young professionals look at as opportunities in this field?
Well, I think it's really important for young professionals to get into this field. As a matter of fact, I joined the Western Connecticut State University Advisory Board almost 15 years ago. And this is going back to when the internet was a thing. And I've had the opportunity to work with WestCon in developing a curriculum for a internet advertising and a digital marketing degree, which is now part of the degree system of the school. And when I'm looking to bring in interns, or I'm looking to bring in entry-level folks, the first place I turn to is WestCon, and I think it's absolutely critical for our business to have young, new thinking, inspiring minds. But when I'm speaking to our new entry-level folks and students today, I will always say to them, especially on the marketing side, if you're not staying in front of this changing consumer purchase behavior and trying to think ahead of the consumer, then you're going to fall behind very quickly. And the wonderful part about the career you're about to enter into is that it's not a static type of marketing system, of which in the direct consumer space for a very long time we had a static selling system. This is not static at all. This is you can't get more dynamic than advertising in the digital channels that are available today. That came about yesterday, and the digital channels that are going to come out tomorrow that we don't even know about. So, from if I were an entry level person coming into the digital marketing page, I would be extraordinarily excited about the opportunities to come, because I don't think any of us know what all these new opportunities are going to be. And that's what keeps me personally very motivated in this business.
Absolutely. And just maybe a final thought about we're at mid-year. What are your thoughts for the trends this year and the opportunities for the balance of 2014?
So, coming out of the advertising dilemmas of 2007, 2008, and 2009, as our economy had struck some low points, the build into 2013, 14, and 15 has been absolutely incredible. So I have clients looking for more online, more digital opportunities. We can't provide digital opportunities as quickly as our clients would like to receive them. We have such an ability to have a quick read on a test, and if that test is successful, be able to roll it out so quickly, or not roll it out. Not every test works. Our ability to be able to read as quickly as possible keeps the investment low for our clients, and if we could double the volume for our clients tomorrow, our clients would be happy to have it. So going into the back half of 2014, myself, my team, we are just ridiculously charged about the opportunities that are out there in terms of filling the budgets that our clients are willing to spend. So I see the back half of 2014 being very strong. I see 2015 being continuing to be breakthrough years in this digital space.
And Jim Fosina, what's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Best way for anybody to get a hold of me is to either email me at jfosina@fosinamarketinggroup.com. But I love talking to people, and so the best way to reach me is on my personal mobile phone. And my mobile phone number is 845-216-4147.
Okay, Jim Fosina, Fosina Marketing Group. Great to visit your offices up here in Danbury, Connecticut.
And thank you very much. I really appreciate your time in coming up, and this was fun. I really appreciate it.
Our pleasure. This is Ken Kraetzer, talking business for CBSI.